Hey there, I'm Sophia.
And I am Jacquis. Welcome to the Nightly from Hatch, a slumber party for the pop culture lovers. How are you, Sophia?
I'm good. I've really been outside the past week.
Yeah.
I'm ready to have a chill evening, but I can't complain. But sometimes it's just, you know how it is with performing and all this stuff. There's often just lots of stuff to do in the evening. And
You've been outside.
Yeah, and I've been outside.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's there's lots of shows and then there's lots of other stuff. And then it really is I feel like I'm going on day 10 of having an engagement every single night.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's too much. When you stay in, do you like to be solo, or do you also stay in time and just have your homies over, or is that also energy for you?
I like both. I feel especially since I moved in on my own, my social battery is so much I can be a lot more social now. I feel I have a lot more bandwidth for that. I think that a night in with close friends just watching TV is good and cozy as well. Also recharging. But sometimes it's just hard because then sometimes I'm just still up kind of late, if that makes I feel the night in by myself is good because then I can literally go to bed at 10:30. Whereas if I'm watching a movie with my friends, I still might not get home until a little bit later than I want.
5 a.m.
I'm 11:30.
Yeah.
But
no, you be out till 5.
Be out till 5 watching movies.
Sophia, we know.
We know Sophia. I don't think I've actually ever been out till 5. I honestly
Ever?
No, I really don't think so.
What's the late time for you? What's the late night for you?
Honestly,
then?
I'm 3. I don't even know the last time I've been out till 3.
Okay.
The last time I was out when it was 3, I think it was I went out on accidentally the day that daylight savings happened and it switched from 2 to 3 and I got scared. I was no, this is not right. But
yeah, I was also out on that night.
That was bad.
On tour in Texas, and then we was out just kicking it, and we were at a bar. So it was 2 a.m. and we were still going, and the place was we closed at 3 a.m. So that's why we chose it. We was this will be where we shut down the night before we head back to our hotels. And then I think they forgot it was daylight savings time, and it was 1:57 and people were still buying drinks. We were still dancing. There was no indication that anything was about to end. And then at 2:01,
they're shut it down.
The lights came on and they started, everybody gotta leave. Because I think they didn't know it was about to jump to 3:01. And so they was oh snap, we closed. Everybody gotta leave. Everybody gotta leave.
It really is that.
It was very funny.
I remember that time that what happened to me is that I was going to the after party for SNL and I already was kind of I don't really want to be out, but my friend didn't want to go alone. I was okay, I'll go with you, whatever. We're in the car there. And I think maybe it was a 1, I don't know if it's 2 to 3 or 1 to 2, whatever happens, but we were in the car there and the time change happened and I was oh my God. I was we're not even at the event yet. And it just got an hour later. And it was
2 a.m. already.
Yeah, it was and I think I was there for 15 minutes, but I think I think maybe this summer I could see myself having a late night. And I keep telling everyone I'm going to have a party girl summer is what I keep saying. Cuz I'm really but I don't know, I wasn't doing that when I was in my early 20s and now I'm a little bit late to it, but I'm let's go crazy. And by crazy I do mean home at 2, but yeah.
I think this summer I can have a late night.
I
can have one late night.
I'll have a late night this summer. I literally think I'll have one funny late night. But I just get of course, this is why I love this show. I'm so really particular about my sleep, and even the thought of being up at 5 a.m. makes me feel a little bit sweaty. I'm that's just not right, because then the whole next day is something bad is happening the next day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I can stay out late.
Yeah, what was the last late night you had?
This weekend. I was in Vegas. Okay. And so there were a few, 3 a.m.
Of course. When in Vegas?
It'll happen every once in a while. But generally it's a 12 to 1 if I'm out.
Yeah.
And other than that, probably the last time I went to the SNL after party.
Yeah.
It was one of the last times I was out past 5 a.m.
That'll do it.
because they're just so, because the after party doesn't even start until after the show.
And then there's the after.
And then there's the after, which I went to. And, Keenan and Colin Jost were there, and we were, just having a good little time. But it was still, I still left, and they were still going. It was like 5:30 a.m. And I was like, I have to go home.
I gotta go home.
I gotta go to work soon. Like, I'm tired, and I have to be up and like active in like a very short amount of time.
Well, that's what I was with friends last night, and I was laughing because we weren't out that late, but it was a Monday night, and we were all just like, let's keep the party going. And I was like, this is what happens when it's just a bunch of like unemployed podcasters. I was like, everyone was like, does anyone have work tomorrow? And everyone's like, I got a podcast at noon. I have a podcast at 1. I have a podcast at 3. It's like, it's a little bit of, you know what? I will say we're very lucky is how I feel. It's just, I'm very lucky.
We're lucky.
But it was making me laugh. Yeah.
Love it.
So this summer I'll have my 5 a.m. moment.
Right. You're gonna have your one late night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my one late
Report
night.
back, please.
I'll let you know.
We'll have a special the nightly report, and it's everybody just hearing Sophia's party.
We'll have one episode where we leave the pillow fort and we go do something absolutely crazy.
Yeah. I love it.
But tonight we are firmly in the pillow fort, and we're gonna do one of my favorite things, which is a classic scroll for you.
Oh,
which is basically where I'll walk Jacquis and all our lovely listeners out there through the things that I've been seeing on my feed lately. Okay, the first one, I was seeing this, I honestly saw this today, and I was like, I was in a trance watching this. I don't know if you watch these videos. I was watching the do you ever watch the Foley artist videos?
Oh, I love those.
Oh my God, I was sucked into that.
Yeah.
Because someone sent me, of course, them doing it. Because I saw this one guy who's Josh Harmon. He brings people on. So what I was sent, because I've been watching Survivor, as we all know, yada, 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 not that interesting, is that he had Jeff Probst, the host, come on, and they did he and Jeff did the Foley for the theme music together. And so this guy basically has on different people, and he'll do Foley work with them. There's this I went to school. This is one of my kind of hyperfixations, is that I went to school with this guy named Nick DiGiovanni, who went on to win or come in. Let me see. He was on MasterChef, but I went to school with him, and it always makes me laugh. I don't know why. People, I guess when you go to school, or people from growing up or whatever that become kind of famous, it's always in the most random way that you never saw coming. And I'm just fascinated with him. And so I was watching this guy's videos, and he had one with Nick where they were doing chef stuff. So they were doing Foley for a scene in Ratatouille. So he'll kind of have someone come on and have it be thematically appropriate. And I just got sucked in. It's so interesting. It's so interesting to me.
Yeah. I love finding out what different things can be used to sound exactly because what we think the things in our lives sound like, if you put those on a microphone, they sound nothing like that on film, or it's too light, or it's not it's not defined enough, which is so interesting to me. So I'm that's just how we're hearing it, but it's actually not that sound. And so you need all these extra things to achieve the sound.
I know. It's an animated version of what it sounds like. It's a amped up version of what it sounds like,
Yeah. As somebody who has done all types of films, short films, feature films, sketches,
adult.
But as somebody who's adult films, and those adult films be having Foley too. I don't know if you know that.
I mean, everything has Foley.
They be having Foley. They be stirring that mac and cheese into the microphone. And you would be like, oh,
there it is.
I've heard this before. But it is crazy when you hear how many things they make sounds for, and you're just like, oh, like every part of I think the Foley artists are the hard, like they do the most.
No, I know. And that's what's so interesting to me too, is this guy, it was unclear to me of like if he just makes the content, but I'm assuming he has to also be doing like Foley work for pay or whatever. But it is like so crazy to me because he just has a little like tray of all of his little knickknacks and trinkets, and he's picking them up, putting it down, like doing all of the sound for one little snippet at once. And it really is like, wow. Because then in your head you kind of think, oh, that's like edited, or I'm kind of like, that's like a computer is doing that. But no, it's like someone with a bunch of different tools.
And you don't even clock it.
No, not at all.
When you're watching it, you don't even clock how many sounds are,
I know.
Because it's just a part of the world.
And I really like that woman who she also does Foley, and she does, she'll post the videos of her stepping, and it's like, with the video, it's her like doing the little footsteps or whatever in sync with the video. And that is also so just most pleasing to me. It's a real skill, of course.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I love that.
That's my number one thing that I was just completely taken by. And then the other thing that I have been fascinated with recently is did you see the body cam footage of Justin Timberlake being arrested?
I saw, I've been seeing some of it. Yes, I know about it. Yeah.
Okay, so for people who don't know, Justin Timberlake got a DUI a couple months ago or something, or maybe a year ago or something. I don't know exactly when it happened, but what was reported is that he had said to the officer, like, this is going to be really bad for the tour. And the officer said, what tour? And he went, the world tour, because he was about to embark on his world tour. And then like recently I saw another thing I've been kind of following that had him saying he was trying to make it so they couldn't release the footage because he's like, I'm sure this is just what you have to say, like you have to give a reason, and it was like it would cause like irreparable damage to his career or something. Which I was kind of like, what did you do?
Same. When I heard that, I was like, he said
something really bad. I was like, literally, what were you saying?
That's what I was thinking.
I know.
I was like, man.
And then I saw the video. They released the video, and it was not. I mean,
it was nothing.
It was like basically exactly what was reported, but even like it made me laugh. Like he's drunk or something. I don't know what was happening, obviously, but he gets pulled over. And they ask him like, what is he doing here? Like, why is he in town? And he's like, he's messed up, and he's like trying to explain. He's like the tour, and they're like, what tour? He's like, the world tour, and they're like, what are you talking about? And he literally can't figure out how to explain what a world tour is. Seemingly earnestly, he's like, I don't know how. It's hard to explain. And then he paused and he goes, I'm Justin Timberlake. And the cop is like, what? You're Justin Timberlake? And he's like, I'm Justin Timberlake. And then the guy's like, can I see your license? Like, he like is so, it seems like he doesn't know who Justin Timberlake is, or he's completely unfazed by it. But it really made me laugh. And then they also have the clips of him trying to do the field sobriety test, which he could not do very well. And he's like, this is really hard for the record. And I was like, it's not that hard. They are having you walk in a straight line and count to 5.
Yeah.
And then
I think that too about field sobriety tests, where I'm like, would they portray them to be on TV? I can't count. I can't do the alphabet backwards. Okay. If I was stone cold sober, I couldn't do that.
I think that's a myth.
I think it is. That's what I'm saying. So like when I see real sobriety tests, I'm like, oh, this is easy stuff.
Yeah, I agree. What I've been told, I don't know if this is true, is that maybe they use that to catch people in saying I couldn't do that even if I was sober. I don't know if that's true, but because I can't, I certainly can't do the alphabet backwards. Okay, reciting the alphabet backwards is primarily a pop culture myth and not standard for an official field sobriety test used by the police, because that's outrageous. No one can do that.
It's outrageous. But just like walk in a straight line,
literally.
Count to 5.
He's trying to walk and he's like 1, 1,000, 2. He's like, this is really hard. I'm like, it's really not that hard. And then the rest of what else? All the footage I saw that. Then there's a clip at the very end, which is basically his publicist like yelling at the cops, being like, how don't you guys love NSYNC? Like, please release him, like let him out. And they're like, no, like he's not, we're processing him.
Nah, my 7th grade girlfriend loved them and would ignore me.
And then they had some video come out also of him in the station. I didn't see all of it, but he was like joking around. This really did make me laugh. He was joking around with them and like reading the like forms they filled out with him that have his information.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, and he's like going through and he gets to race and he's like, white? And they're like, what? And he's like, just joking. He's like being completely silly. I mean, if anything,
it wasn't
bad. If anything, it made me laugh. I was like, this is better than, look, I'm laughing now.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, man, look, you know, the worst thing you did was the first thing you did, which was drive drunk.
Literally.
Anything else we saw after that is just like, yeah, this is what I would expect a drunk person to do.
I mean, it really could be so much worse. So many people get angry or...
Yeah.
He was being pretty...
He was actually like...
nice.
Chill and like trying to make them... And the first thing he was like, hey, man, I appreciate what you guys doing your job. Yeah, that was the first thing I heard him say. I was like...
I know. I'm like...
That's cool. That's cool. That's chill.
I'm like, this might have helped you a little bit, actually.
Meanwhile, they have videos of him punching kids that we'll never see.
There's some other stuff, but that was one of the many things that has been capturing my attention this week. The last thing that I'll touch on briefly that I haven't watched yet, and I'm going to watch. They are doing, or they did, a special reunion of like Hannah Montana. Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm very excited to watch. It's like the 20th year or something since that came out. I'll say my first.
Jeez.
I know. That was my first concert, Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus.
I love that. I love it.
And so I'm very excited to watch. I love that show so much. I was like, when I first saw the images of like Miley, they were doing whatever, like taking photos of her like for the promo or whatever, I was like, I want them to make another Hannah Montana movie where it's like her life has been completely like destroyed by fame and she is like I want to see like a dark A24 movie that's like Hannah Montana at like is reckoning with like child stardom, but that's not obviously what it is. And I just think that's an amazing idea ultimately, and I will pitch it to Miley one day and we'll see what we can do, but today is not that day. But instead they just did like I think like a kind of like special thing where they had people, they performed, they had interviews. One of the things that we learned is that Miley Cyrus dated one of the Sprouse twins, which is tea for everyone who's interested. I was reading a little bit about it.
Yeah.
One of them said like we were dating for like a minute and then we were all together and like Nick Jonas walked by and it was over because she like loves Nick Jonas. But I'm just...
Sound like teenage love to me.
It really does sound like teenage love. But I mean, it's so crazy like just to think about all those people and how they literally were like having their like middle school relationships. They're like little fake boyfriends, but on Disney Channel. Instead of going to like the dance, you're going to like the Teen Choice Awards or whatever. She looked so good. Miley Cyrus looked so good on the red carpet. I love Miley Cyrus. She is, of course, one of my celebrity crushes. No big deal. I've gotten flack for that before, but I'll stand. That's a hill I'll die on.
I get it.
And she has such a good voice, and she's so pretty. And yeah, I'm just excited to watch it. I mean, I just love that show so much, and I'm excited to see everything they have to offer. So, yeah.
I love that. I think like every 10, 20 years, like all shows that were popular should have a reunion that is based on them coming back and doing an episode.
I know.
There are so many shows that I would love to see a reunion of. I know it's not always possible, but the ones that do.
What's your like number one that you would want to see if you could?
I want to see a reunion of the OC.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, that would be phenomenal.
I want to see what's going on with Ryan Atwood. I want to see how Summer and Seth Cohen are doing. I want to hear fatherly wisdom from Peter Gallagher again, from Sandy Cohen.
I need some Sandy Cohen wisdom for real. That could really be healing.
Yeah. I want to see, now, because now, the OC went off, like, Orange County itself has boomed with new TV shows. So I want to see, like, what it's like now.
Yeah. I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah. That's my number one.
That's the number one. Well, I'm getting a bit sleepy, but I think I'm going to have dreams of the OC reunion, and then I'm going to have dreams of the A24 Hannah Montana movie that I'm cooking up. So,
and they're both going to be lovely dreams. Yes. No nightmares. Nothing bad's going to happen.
It's going to be perfect.
Well, I hope you enjoy those dreams. I also hope I have sweet dreams. I hope everybody out there has sweet dreams. But to you, Sophia, have a good night.
You too. Good night, Jacquis.